I am so excited because today is a beautiful day. We had a tornado last week, and so it delayed planting the garden, obviously. But I'm super excited that I have gotten some things on the deck part or the container garden. I'm just going to do a quick little tour. So in the shoe bags, we have strawberries. Maybe not the best idea because literally they've got to be watered every second. But I do have 3 that are doing pretty well. The others are probably going to be taken out and replaced with flowers. And then these cheap little flowers, I do have like 2 more strawberries that are doing good. And then I'm super proud that I have been able to start a couple things from seed this year, which is pretty amazing. This pot right here doesn't get nearly as much sun as the other 3 pots. So in the morning, this is completely in the shade, this one. And so I'm debating about what to put in it. I think I'm going to do like some lettuces or maybe some spinach or something like that. But I've got Pink Surprise calendula here. And I think this one's also Pink Surprise. I've got a tomato plant from Costco. And 2 of the tomatoes were Tycoon, I think, and the other one was Celebrity. I don't know anything about those. I have to look them up and see what their characteristics are, but I did 2 marigolds in each pot. Got those planted out. Those Costco tomatoes were on sale for 3 for $12, and I just snatched them up because I lost a bunch of tomato starts in the greenhouse. Long story, but you know, getting started with seeds, you win some and lose some. I have stuff for the tea garden here. This is hyssop, and I grew that from seed. I'm super proud. And that's another type of hyssop. What is that? Anise hyssop. And then this is catnip, also grown from seed. If you could see how tiny the catnip seed is, it is a God's own miracle how that turns into a plant. It's just amazing. And how I'm flabbergasted every time I see it. This is yarrow. This is the Love Parade yarrow. I think that one's going to be pink. This is the pearl yarrow. It's called Double Diamond, and I think that's going to be white. And then there's another yarrow on the same level. It is a yellow variety called Parker's variety. So that's yellow yarrow. And then I've got I was at Whole Foods the other day, got some more catnip, not just because we have barn cats, but also because it's supposed to be a good tea, especially good for nighttime blend. So I'm excited to have a bigger plant. So I've got 2 catnips then that I can kind of choose from. Grew sage from seed this year. Very proud of that. This is Organic Spearmint. So they had a sale 2 for $5. So yes, I picked up 2. This is all strawberries, and I think these all are the bare root strawberries. So if you could see how sad they are when they come, they basically look like this. But yeah, these guys have already gotten water today, which is amazing because they're still dry. They're so dry, but they're gonna get twice a day probably watered. Now these are the strawberry plants that we got, also 2 for $5. This was pretty exciting because we've got some flowering here, so that's good news. All the strawberries I decided to keep up here and not put in the ground because I don't want any critters eating them. And this deck gets a lot of traffic, and so I'm figuring we'll scare away everything that would potentially be a problem. So we got another little flower here, and then down here is calendula also. That's called I think it's called orange. Is it Ball's Orange Calendula. Okay, so those just got replanted. I grew those from seed. Very proud. All the calendulas came from seed from my seed starting venture. But this is where it gets really fun because look at what else I grew from seed. I grew broccoli from seed. Who am I? This is purple sprouting broccoli. This is a tomatillo. Yes, I grew that from seed. Super proud, plant mama. These are serrano chili peppers that I, also grew from seed. Now, some of these got restarted because the first batch of seedlings got real big and everything, but I had to put in another batch, so this was a couple weeks behind. Again, look at the broccoli, is just amazing. All this broccoli is the same. I think this is Romanesco broccoli that it started from seed. So very proud of that. Now there's some store-bought stuff. I got some cilantro because I really didn't think my cilantro was going to go. But guess what? My cilantro that I grew from seed is also producing. So I'm very excited to have cilantro in multiple parts of the garden and yard because, you know, cilantro we use a lot, and I'm expecting some of it to die somewhere. This is dill. I do love fresh dill. This is chamomile. I also grew some chamomile from seed, but that was just to hedge my bets because I didn't know what it was coming, what was going to happen. Okay, so here's the chamomile I grew from seed, and you can see these seeds are 2020 seeds. And so, yes, what a year, but 2020 chamomile actually sprouted, and it's doing really well. This is sweet Italian basil, also from seed. Rosemint agastache, very small, from seed. This is cinnamon basil, and that should be interesting. I know that I should kill one, but I might separate the two of those. This is some thyme that I grew from the store. It is not looking super great, but I wanted to get all of these herbs in something so that they would be able to get some nutrients. And this is Thai basil that I bought. I was also at Lowe's. I picked up some collards and some, what's the other one? Is it cabbage? I think it's cabbage. Ugh. Best cabbage, yes. So I've got cabbage and I've got collards, and those are going to go in the leaf portions of the green stalks. So the bottom one is not planted, this one is not planted, and that one is not planted. I'm waiting for some soil that I ordered, should be here on Friday. This is a homemade Mel's mix. I had some really great organic manure from down at the barn, but there's not going to be enough of it to really fill all the green stalks. So I'm going to go ahead and bite the bullet and buy the Fox Farms. I got some Happy Frog, and I got some of the other, whatever the blue bag is. So hopefully I won't have to replace those, but I do have a bunch of Greenstalk leaf sections that need to go on. So I'm building my towers a little different this year. I am doing the big pouches on the bottom. That's the original Greenstalk. And then I'm doing the leaves on the top. And I'm not going to build them as tall as I did. They're very unwieldy when they're tall. And I've got mine on rollers. They are so heavy to move around. So I'm going to, if I need to, I'll just build a couple, just kind of like that, just 3, and just kind of set them in random places. So that is my plan this year. I bought a watering system for them that Greenstalk has started offering. I did pre-order that, but it is a hose that you can attach up the Greenstalk and turn a valve, and it'll be watered. And I am going to actually put that on a timer. So woohoo, solving all of my lazy girl gardening problems. I also wanted to take a look at what we're going to do down here in the garden. Our garden project was in full swing, but we have paused it and decided that we would like to, since this is a focal point and something that you see when you pull into the house, we'd really like to have it professionally graded. It's very uneven over there. This drainage is terrible. So we have garden beds built, but they are not full, and we are going to, sorry, that's the pool pump. So we're going to pause on this project for now, but this will eventually be the main garden. It's the greenhouse. I'm probably going to plant up those planters and move those 4 black planters over onto this side. The reason we've decided to move it over here is because the irrigation is here and also there. We are also waiting on replacement irrigation heads. These have started to leak. So this is meant to be the tea and herb garden. I will split some of those herbs that I've grown. You can see I have a ton. I am guessing this is oregano. I really just honestly can't tell the difference anymore between, yeah, I think this is all oregano right here. That's rosemary down there. This is what was here when we first moved in. So I'm going to leave all of that. We have started the berry bushes. I'm going to have 2 more to plant out in these bags. I found a pallet to put them on so they wouldn't get all yucky on the dirt, because that I've had it before where they get all moldy and gross. So these also have irrigation. There's an irrigation head down there and they will reach here, but I'm going to have to be kind of diligent about making sure these get water and maybe moving them around, and that's why they're in bags in case they're not getting the right sun. But now you see the new project. We bought 8 kiddie pools. We are going to level these kiddie pools out because this is a huge slope, and you can see we've already done one as a test with some tomato stakes, but basically level it out onto the garden and onto the fence and be able to plant in here for this year. This is the temporary garden. It matches our pool, so I don't really care that it's too crazy. You honestly can't see it from the back, but this gets full sun all day long. And this is one of the best places because it has the irrigation already set up. So that is plan B for the garden this year. I need to gather these all up, get holes in them today, and start working on doing the leveling. We've got a lot of tomato stakes, but we also have some 2x4s and stuff that we're just going to bridge that gap between the hillside and the fence, and then we will plant them up. And that is the garden tour. Thank you guys for hanging out with me.